The nuclear threat from Iran, front and center at the White House. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu meeting with President Obama. Expected to endorse some form now of a Palestinian state, but one of the bigger issues here is the nuclear threat from Iran. It's also atop a list of talking points. Let's bring in Ambassador Mark Ginsburg. He was a Middle East advisor to President Carter and is now Senior VP of APCO Worldwide. He is also a Fox News contributor. Ambassador, good to see you again. What's the right answer here when it comes to Iran? I mean, it seems to me that Benjamin Netanyahu has been very hawkish on this. If there is an attack on Iranian nuclear sites, Ambassador, it could be disastrous for Middle East peace. On the other side, if you let Iran go unchecked, it could be disastrous for Middle East peace.
You got it right, Trace. The bottom line is that the Israelis have every reason to believe that Iran is moving inexorably towards enriching enough uranium to produce a nuclear weapon. And what it wants from the United States is a limitation on the timeline by which the Obama administration is engaging in diplomacy, wants tougher economic sanctions, and ultimately, if those don't work, a commitment by the United States to support, if not join Israel in a military strike in Iran, which, of course, the Obama administration does not want to put on the table, at least not yet.
What Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu points out, he says almost as dangerous as the whole nuclear arsenal that Iran may have in the next few years is the fact that they are growing in strength in that region. The power they have over Hezbollah, the power they have over Syria and Hamas. I mean, that Shia power is definitely growing, and that is a major concern to Israel.
No doubt, and in fact, that's why the Obama administration is launching a major Middle East peace initiative. It has Prime Minister Netanyahu now in Washington. It will soon have Egyptian President Mubarak, as well as Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas. The reason being here is because the Obama administration wants to get Arab support for a tougher approach on Iran, and it doesn't believe that it's capable of doing so without movement on Palestinian statehood, which is why, of course, you've got this very important, at least, disagreement that's emerged between Israel and the United States, which hopefully will be resolved during this summit today.
Ambassador, I got very little time here, but you're talking about a man, Benjamin Netanyahu, that campaigned on destroying Hamas. He's not about to give the Golan Heights back to Syria. He has been very adamant about the fact that he's not jumping on this bandwagon that President Obama has put out there. So what's the compromise? In about 15 seconds.
I think in the end that the Israelis will come around to believe that the president's overall strategy makes sense, that Prime Minister Netanyahu does support a Palestinian state, but he has to deal with the internal domestic politics in Israel right now. But he wants consensus with the president, and I think in the end, Trace, that's what you're going to see. Consensus, handshakes, and smiles when the two men emerge later today.
We've seen it before. Ambassador Mark Ginsburg. Ambassador, thank you.
Good to be with you, Trace.
You too.